Alright, welcome back to another review. It's Samuel. We're back at it again with another action movie month review. And this time we're reviewing this movie from 2012 called Dredd. Now, Dredd, let's talk about this movie. And no, I don't hate this movie. I don't think it sucks. It's just that I'm not really that crazy about it, like these other films. So Dredd is basically based off a comic book, Judge Dredd, and before this movie, there's no one called Judge Dredd, and he was played by Sylvester Stallone. And that movie, well, a lot of people hate that movie, and yeah, I can understand why, because it's too, what's the word for it? Too canny, too cliche. I don't know what word you can call it. It's just that it was pretty goofy. It wasn't the way it was like this remake was. The remake, I'll say to this, the remake is way better than the original film from '95. Yes, Stallone did a well job as Dredd. It's just that the way the script is, the way the casting is in that film wasn't well done. It wasn't well written like this film is. This film is way better written as a film. But the thing is, I'm just not really crazy about Dredd like that, like everyone else is. Everyone says it's underrated. Everyone says like one of the best films of the year. Yeah, I do agree with that. It's just that I'm not really crazy about the action like that. I mean, the action's not bad or anything. It's just that I don't know. It's just not really crazy about Dredd. Like, this movie has the same setting as the Raid Redemption. Same shit. They're in this building. Like, most of the time in this movie, he's in this building with this rookie chick, and they go around killing all these criminals, running this whole building, just like the Raid Redemption. The Raid Redemption, like I said, this criminal drug lord. I don't think he's a drug lord, but he's like this criminal dude who runs these apartments in this house. There's a lot of fucked up shit with all these people. They got the SWAT team in there to take all these criminals out. It's the same fucking setting. It's the same fucking setting, same plot. So basically, Dredd is the American version of the Raid Redemption. Which the Raid Redemption is a way better film than Dredd. Way better. Better action, better fighting scenes, this and that. And the bonus thing about the Raid Redemption is that it has martial arts in there also. A lot of, kung fu fighting and shit like that. In which I don't think Dredd has that type of thing. I don't think Dredd has martial arts in there. Which I don't remember that having that in there. But yeah, I like the Raid Redemption way more than Dredd, to be fair. Like I said, Dredd's basically the American version of the Raid Redemption. They keep saying they want to remake the Raid Redemption, but Dredd is the American version of the Raid Redemption. So I don't think they need a remake. Because Dredd came out a year after the Raid Redemption, which I'm not mistaken. 2 years, a year. I'm not mistaken on that shit. I'm definitely not. Yeah, right here. The Raid Redemption came out in 2011. Yeah, it's like I said, Dredd came out a year after that. So basically, Dredd just ripped off the Raid Redemption. Yeah, the Raid Redemption is like way better film than Dredd. Way better. I'm a big fan of the Raid Redemption. Yeah, that's cool that Dredd took some elements. Well, took a lot of elements from the Raid Redemption. I do really enjoy that, but I just feel like the Raid did it way better with the fighting and stuff like that. The struggle that Eco Ways has to deal with all these bad guys and shit. Losing all these SWAT members of his group and shit. He went through a more tough time than Dredd. Dredd didn't really have a tough time fighting these guys in the movie. He didn't really have that much of a tough time. He took these guys out easily, without no problems. Yeah, he struggled a little bit, but not too much, because Dredd's like a real professional dude and shit like that. More professional than the dude from the Raid. I keep forgetting the dude's name from the Raid was. It was, what was his fucking name again from the Raid? But the Raid 2 was terrible, though. I'm not a fan of the Raid 2. Yuda, that's what his name was, Yuda. Yuda was the shit in the Raid 1. The Raid 2 is just like... The Raid 2 had like too much bullshit in there, too much fucking yapping, too much corny ass shit with these dumbass, wussy ass characters and shit. I don't know what the director was doing when he made the Raid 2, but it's like a lot of issues with the Raid 2. Way too much talking in there. I like movies where there's less talking, more action. Yeah, Dredd has less talking, more action, which I enjoy because the whole film was non-stop action. They're in this fucking building, just like the Raid Redemption. They're in that building, taking out criminals and shit. But the thing is, the difference between Dredd and the Raid is that Dredd is by himself with his fucking rookie partner, which I find her to be very attractive with that blonde ass hair and shit. She's pretty cute. Don't get me wrong on that. This chick's pretty cute. Olivia Derby. I think it's Olivia Thirlby. Yeah, she plays Judge Anderson. She does a really good job in this film. She's a rookie. She getting trained by Dredd. Show her the real ropes of fucking taking out these fucking scumbags and shit like that in this place, you know. But like the main villain in this movie is very weak. She's played by Lena Headey. What do you pronounce her last fucking name? Lena Headey, whatever you pronounce her last fucking name. She's alright. I don't mind her as an actress, but she was like also in shit like that crappy Game of Thrones show and that fucking 300 movie. 300 is alright. I don't mind 300. But I'm not really crazy about her. Is she attractive? Yeah, she's pretty attractive. It's just I'm not really that big on her as an actress. Yeah, her character is this fucking drug lord who runs this fucking building or some shit like that. She does her fucking weird ass drug deals with these other fucking scumbags and this and that. You know, a lot of crazy fucked up shit happens when they're on drugs or some shit like that. All this weird shit. I mean, I didn't mind the way this movie was shot. I really enjoyed this movie, how it was shot and this and that. It shot really beautiful the way they shot this movie and this and that. And, you know, fucking Dredd was put on the mission and go after these people, and they assigned him to a rookie, which he didn't like that, which that's pretty fucking cliche. But he ends up training her anyways, this and that, and they decided to go chase after these fucking scumbags. They go in this building, and the whole movie was in this building, just like the Raid Redemption. And the girl he's with has these fucking power abilities. She's like a mutant or something like that. She has these psychic abilities or some shit like that, and she senses shit what's going on. She knows what's going to happen, this and that. She keeps seeing shit in her head, what's going to happen to her, what's going to happen with Dredd. That's cool, you know. I didn't mind that she has those type of abilities, you know. As long as I'm too over the top or some shit like that, I'm fine with that, you know. Like I said, I didn't mind this actress. She was beautiful. She fit the role pretty well, you know. But like I said, I'm not really that crazy about this film like that. It's alright. I give it like a 6 out of 10. I give it 6.5 or some shit like that. I didn't mind the action. It's just that I like the Raid's action a lot better. A lot of people get mad when I keep mentioning the Raid because this movie is like the Raid. Everyone in the world who is a big fan of the Raid Redemption knows that Dredd took a lot of elements off of the movie The Raid Redemption. We all should know that. Like, there's no doubt. Like, every time I watch this movie, I keep thinking of The Raid Redemption because this is the American version of The Raid Redemption. And the action is definitely different from between those two movies, like I said. There's scenes where Dredd sets people on fire. There's scenes where he shoots a lot of people in the face easily, this and that. Yeah, there's times he kind of struggles, especially when those guys come in there, or those other judges come in there and start shit with him because he's trying to do his job in the building. All these other judges come there to stop him and shit, and then they betray him. So he had to fucking shoot them too because they're being a bunch of douchebags. Because I think they got like paid by the drug lord in the fucking place or some shit like that. So they like betrayed him and shit like that, you know. So that happened, and takes all these other guys. He had one of these guys as a hostage, one of the bad guys as a hostage. Use him to get in this place and this and that. With his psychic fucking partner, figure out shit, you know. This and that. Like I said, this whole movie, they go up the building and shoot this guy, go up this building and shoot this guy. She uses her psychic abilities to see what's going on, who she can trust. Like this guy's trying to fuck her or some shit like that. That one scene, I think she's like strips almost naked or something like that and show her titties. I completely forgot. I think it does happen. I was like, ooh, hello, boing. But yeah, that shit happens. Yeah, like I said, I'm not like big on this movie like that though. Maybe I'll change my mind and say this movie's like underrated or something. I don't know. Is this movie underrated? I could say yeah, but like I said, this movie is The Raid Redemption. And yeah, this movie is based off the comic books, and it is before The Raid Redemption, but still, like I said, The Raid Redemption came out with his own idea, and then this other director came out of nowhere and then watched The Raid Redemption, and he was like, we write my own fucking movie and make it an American version of The Raid Redemption. And it's called Dredd. There you go. So this movie is directed by a guy named Pete Travis, which I never heard that guy in my entire life. And he did other films like... What the fuck are these pieces of shit I never heard of? What the fuck is this? So you tell me the only movie that he directed that I know is Dredd. What the fuck is Vantage Point? The Gunman I heard of, but I don't want to watch it because Sean Penn's a fucking douchebag in real life, so I'm not gonna watch that fucking movie. So yeah, those movies I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna watch The Gunman, because Sean Penn's a fucking prick. Vantage Point, who the fuck is Vantage Point? I think I heard of that movie before, I just never know who's in that fucking film. Dennis Quaid, I'm not really crazy about Dennis Quaid. I like his brother better. His brother's like a way better actor than him. Forrest Whitaker's in here, and Bruce McGill. Let me guess, Bruce McGill plays a cop in that movie. That's all he does. He plays a fucking cop. What is so new about that? That's the only character he's actually good at, is playing a cop. Guy's like one-dimensional. Yeah, like I said, Dredd's not a bad movie. It's not bad. I don't hate it or anything. I'm just not really that crazy about it like everyone else is. It's alright at best. Definitely is alright. I enjoy the action. I enjoy the characters, except for the villain in this movie. Like I said, the villain's pretty weak in this fucking movie. Yeah, he does kill her at the end. He shoots her, and she slow motions out the window on drugs, and it slowly shows her face split in half or something like that, when she fucking crashes to the concrete wall down the floor or something like that on the floor. I said concrete wall. I mean concrete floor. Yeah, she fucking like slow motion. She like fall from off the fucking her building or some shit like that. Ooh, slow motion and shit. Like, yeah, that was pretty cool scenes of that. Pretty good shot scenes on that part, you know. But yeah, I still prefer the Raid Redemption over this movie any day, to be fair. Like I said, that's a way better film than this, you know. Hey, this movie is underrated. I'll agree with that. This movie is underrated, but I'm not that big on it like that, so yeah. But yeah, I really enjoy Carl Urban as Dredd. He was very underrated playing the character. I enjoyed Olivia Derby as the blonde chick. She was pretty hot. She did a really good job in that film. But like I said, I didn't like the villain. The villain was weak. The action was fine. I enjoyed the action. But like I said, the reason why I give 6.5 out of 10 is that it has the same setting as the Raid Redemption, and it's the less version of the Raid Redemption.